right.
Put those eyes back in your head.
I got like flavor, baby.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
What do you know? It's a family show. We got the ATL Sports in game and the six-man K-Live to come together. It's dinner time, folks. And this is Mr. Tactician ATL. And I have some friends with me, my brothers. Now, before we get to the people in the chat, I like to get to the man to the left of me. You know him. He even trained Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, a.k.a. Pie Babe. How you doing, Pie?
You thought your tiger style was to defeat me. You're a dream. You might need to go back and train until you find my vital weak spot. So until then, run along, sonny boy.
Yeah. Below me. You know him. He is the all-game extraordinaire. Wrestling. And even the Discord. He is almighty fresh. Fresh. What's going on?
Steel hole. Fire. Oh! How you doing, everybody?
I was about to say, hurry up, dumbass.
Yeah, I had to get Butthead and Business back in the room.
You boys need to stay out of my shed. I caught one of you guys blacking off in my tool shed.
Wow. Boy, on. We're gonna score.
All right, Cornholio. We gotta get to. He is Mike Luciano. He is the godfather of all of the foolishness. Man, Mike, how are you?
I'm not feeling well.
Uh-oh.
I got a tummy ache. I done digested all that bullshit Fresh on said earlier.
Anybody got some Pepto-Bismol? Anybody got some Pepto-Bismol stats? Now, we have the man, you know him from everywhere. But we like to call him the franchise. Franchise, what's going on?
What's happening? Hey, I'm part of the domestic shit too.
Yep.
All right. Well, I know we had some downtime yesterday, so we're going to go ahead and get to the people in the chat. We got King Treyway in pole position. We got Auntie Pam. What's going on, Auntie Pam? How are you? Joseph Thornton. What's going on? Will the Thrill. What's going on? Listen, this is our extended family. Make sure you give him a shout out, all right? Make sure you give him a hug in the comment section, right? He's family. And like we said, we got eyes everywhere. Keyshawn Vlad, what's going on? Georgia, Texas boy, another one of the family.
I'm going to cuss Keyshawn ass out. He about to get cussed out, too. The bullshit that he wrote on Twitter. Ain't nobody forgiving the motherfucking thing. Talking about I forgive Dan Quinn. I forgive Kyle Shanahan. Man, please, I ain't forgiving shit.
Nope. We got Mucho Grande. What's going on? We got ATL Leo. He said, hey.
Talking
All right.
about forgiving them. Do y'all forgive them, motherfucker? Because I don't.
Hell
Now,
no.
we have one more villain in the family, and he goes by the OG Teflon. OG, Mr. White.
Mr.
How are
White.
you, sir?
Mr. White.
What's
That's
happening?
right.
Who that nigga on that 9?
Mr. White.
Mr. White.
Well,
Oh,
if that nag is Kyle Shanahan, then we should keep him tied to that tree with the chain whip.
thank you,
from
Samuel.
NC
Thank
State.
you. Keep saying with that bullshit
Hey,
talking about I forgive them. Man,
But,
fuck
but,
out of
hey,
here.
but wait now.
Dan.
It-
Look,
it-
look, look,
That's
it's
only
Dan.
one
nine
goddamn
times out
Jesus.
of 10, this is probably coming from somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's talking about
No,
forgiving him. That
that's my brother, but he full of shit right here. I love him to death, but I ain't forgiving shit.
But see,
Hey, look, shout out Keyshawn. Like I said, he wrote an article on the draft classes too. So if you
yeah.
follow any of us on Twitter, we have we have already reposted it and stuff. So like you said, we'll have a link to it in the community tabs here if you want to check out analysis on the draft class. And just like Will says, they don't want peace. I want problems.
Problem.
Always.
That lets you know right there he's family. All right, we gonna get to. But tonight we got a good show for you because we getting ready to we gonna step on some toes and kick some kneecaps. So I'm for it. The first thing I wanted to talk about, what my brother said, I'm gonna let them get their takes on it. Is this what I call butt cheek collusion with the NFL? I mean, come on. What is it? What is it? Did we take your girl? Did we slap your mama? Did we spit? Did we pour hot coffee in your lap? You know what I'm saying? Did we kick you in the butt? Because it seems to me that we've said the Falcons are the punching bag of the NFL, but I'm going to go a different route. I think the NFL is scared of us. And I've said this more times than not. You don't pick on somebody that you don't think is a threat. Be it media, be it NFL, be it fan base, be it content creators. You don't pick on a team that you don't think is worth anything. Nobody's picking on the Saints because they know they're not a threat. Nobody picking on the Panthers because nobody cares. But everybody seems to pick on the Falcons. There was a list that came out about the teams that got away with tampering, crowd noise, hell, even play. We know about the scandals, but why is it when it comes to us, it's life or death? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So I'm gonna start off with my brother Pie May. Please let me know what you think about this food.
3 years. 3 years. 3 years in a row. The Falcons then got caught up in some mess right before the season started. And it was very interesting that this mess got caught up literally the day after the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now, when we talk about the Atlanta Falcons, you may be asking, what the hell do we mean about this time? And my brothers on the panel will tell you, the Atlanta Falcons once again destroyed another narrative set by the NFL and the public opinions. It went from You need to draft quarterback. Draft the quarterback. You need playmakers on offense. You got playmakers on offense. You need to draft some impact players on defense. They did that. So they'd have checked all three of the public boxes. Now what happened? Now, by them doing that, there's nothing that you could complain about. So you had to artificially create something to put the Atlanta Falcons as the laughing stock in the NFL. You said a witch hunt? Goddamn right. That's all I gotta say about that.
What you got, Mike? Tell them how you feel.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna throw a damn pillow at Sam so he can shut the fuck up before I get to him. So, excuse me while I whip this out. Well, at least put these french fries back in the bag. Because I've been irritated. The last couple of days, not gonna lie, I've just been very irritable. And when I'm irritable, that's probably when the best stuff come out. But I'm gonna say fuck the media right here. I love a lot of the people that support us. I love a lot of they Falcons fans, and I hate a lot of you motherfuckers. I really do, because y'all the reason why this shit keep happening. Y'all really think that they gonna do this to Dallas Cowboy fans? They don't do this to Dallas Cowboy fans. They don't do this to New York Giants fans. They don't do this to Philly fans, because them bitches will throw a battery pack at your ass if you fuck with them like that. But you fuck ass Falcons fans, y'all say shit like, here we go again, the Falcons. We Falcon going Falcon. Y'all go right back to doing exactly what they do. When they talk shit about your mama, what the fuck you supposed to do, Ant?
Man, the fuck? I'm finna whip somebody else.
Fresh. What they supposed to do when they talk shit about your sister, your cousin, your auntie?
I hand him $5 and make change out of his ass.
Okay. Mr. Dak Prescott, what the fuck they supposed to do when they talk shit about your grandmammy?
Oh, the car in the house comes up missing.
You see what I'm saying? Mr. Y, I know how you feel about your grandmother and your mama. What the fuck you supposed to do when they talk shit about your grandmama and your mama?
There will be rigor mortis petitions turned up.
You see what I'm saying? Instead of us doing all of this, we say, yep, the Falcons gonna Falcon. This is why we need to fire our head guy. We need to fire Mr. Blank. Y'all be right there kissing their ass saying, yep, yeah, boss, yes, sir. That sure feel good. Them buttocks feel good on you, boss. Y'all be right there. Right there. Don't sit up here and goddamn say, because some of you motherfuckers have sent me messages. Don't make me goddamn screen. Look, I don't screenshot a lot of shit, but y'all have screenshotted me a lot. Y'all done sent me a lot of messages saying, see, here we go, Falcons, and doing the Falcon shit again. Y'all know y'all. See, this is the shit I be talking about. Fuck the media right now. As fans, if we don't have our backs, who gonna have our backs? You would never do this to a Buffalo band. Look, they would throw your ass through them goddamn tables off their pickup trucks.
Nah, Mike, they'll throw their ass over there in Lake Erie.
And Lake Erie. Like, this is the stuff we do. We get on there. Sure do. Yeah. Yeah. Falcons, we should have got another wide. We should have spent $100 million, $200, $300 million for a quarterback that looked like the goddamn nigga off the damn street.
And I'm talking about that big nose black nigga with the cornrows in his head that played quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, I motherfucking said it.
Oh, not Brillo head. Not Brillo head.
So, don't sit up here and try to say y'all don't be right there with the media saying, because I seen it. We fought against the same content creators. Yeah. A lot of stuff has changed since then, but we went one-on-one with a lot of these content creators on you motherfuckers that was saying that me, K-Style, Warren Grill, and AKA Mr. White, and all of these people, y'all went up beside our head saying, how could you not want him? How could you not want him? How could you not want Mark Jackson? He do all the stuff that Mike Vick do, boy. How you not like him? Y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't say, you know what? Maybe we need to save our money to get us a Kirk Cousins. Maybe we need to save our money to draft a guy like Michael Penix. Had we done that, you guys think we would be in this situation? Probably not. But I'm going too long. I'm gonna pass the mic to Mr. White.
Yeah, I'm putting my face on the screen for a reason.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
Because I all week been talking about the reason why this fan base is considered the laughing stock of the NFL. Because you do matter. Because you do you hit seeing on stupid shit 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, 375 fucking days a damn year. You get up and you go on Twitter, you go on Instagram, and some of you with economy size following, comes on YouTube and say stupid shit like the Falcons ain't good enough to retire nobody number.
Yeah.
I understand stupidity comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes, but it's only one brand of stupidity that comes out of the fucking ATL. You don't defend your team. Hell, the fans from other teams defend the Falcons better than you motherfuckers do. But then have the nerve with, all you doing is sheltering from mediocrity. Why is that? Because y'all want to cut corners and we don't. And God forbid we talk about things like player development. Oh no, we can't do that. All right. Every last one of you goddamn dry pissy thorn wearing ass motherfuckers had a whole goddamn hissy fit when we didn't sign that ignorant, can't read Egyptian hieroglyphics ass fake ass quarterback in Baltimore.
Ooh.
You sit on your goddamn crusty goddamn dildo talking shit about the best thing that ever come through this goddamn franchise in Matt Ryan.
That's what I said in my comment too, Mr. White. I said, look
every
at the
time,
stats.
every damn time his name comes up. Michael Vick. Fuck Michael Vick as an Atlanta Falcon. Excuse me, I know that's y'all God, but I give zero fucks. Matt Ryan carried this damn team for 14 fucking years.
Yes, sir.
And then get shit but a kiss my ass, you white boy. Oh yeah, I'm going all the way down. Cause see, you motherfuckers want to goddamn always sit around and can't and want to dismiss. No, it ain't the team that's a laughing stock. It's y'all asses.
Well,
you want a mad-made goddamn half-ass running back at quarterback with your mad-minded microwave goddamn fantasy football ass brains. You want us to go out here and spend $45 million a damn year on a defensive end, and then and not be able to draft or goddamn spend money for the next 20 years, and then you sit your ass up and want to goddamn complain all the fucking time. Which one is it?
Let me take the mic from you. Let me take the mic from because you getting into the conversation that we're talking about tonight. So, Mr. Tactician, yeah,
I got it. Fresh, what you got?
I mean, they said it all. What else can be said? I mean, people got to stop jumping to so many of these just, what would you call it? Catfish posts and stuff like that. You just fishing for bait. If y'all just quit jumping to that. Stop reading it, man. That's all it is. You do know they got to get paid, right? They got to make a living, don't you? So they're going to put anything out there to get you to look at it, listen to it, whatever.
Yeah, I was one of those. Yeah. Before I started doing this, Fritz, I was a writer. Okay. I couldn't get a damn job to save my own damn life. And as soon as I started doing YouTube and getting a little track and blogging dirty, say, you know what? I think I want to give you a chance now. Yeah. Nah. So I've been there. I've been there trying to sell my work. And you're absolutely right.
So, Ant, what's your take on this? Because I got something real ignorant to say when Will gets done after Ant.
We got to stop feeding into the clickbait. I think that's what Fresh is talking about. Am I right, Fresh?
Basically.
We got to stop feeding into that bullshit. Like, just because it looked good on Twitter, don't mean it is good for the rest of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, just because Michael Vick was exciting does not mean he was good for the franchise. He just put butts in the seats. It didn't equate to any wins.
Try to tell them that.
It didn't equate to any playoff victories. I mean, what NFC championship game did we win when he was at quarterback? I'll wait.
Nobody, baby.
Nobody.
There you go.
What up, Coach? Everybody give a shout out to Coach Unchained, another one of the family members. What's going on,
What's happening, Coach? What's happening?
What's happening?
But before I give my disrespectful outro on this so we can get to the main
topic. Hold on. We got to get Will on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to go to now.
He better set him up.
Yeah. So, Will, what's your thoughts on this, man? This constant fuckery as far as our team is concerned. Every time we do something right, now all of a sudden we got to look back on a scandal.
Mm-hmm. No, I think as the guys will back me up. I shared in the chat on Facebook just basically saying what a fucking shambles it was, the amount of fines and penalties we've paid the last decade. It really stacks up. It's over $1 million just in fines alone, not counting draft picks that we've had stripped from us. Just to obviously echo what Mr. White was saying as well, when it comes to Matt Ryan, if you want to talk about success and just in terms of Lombardi, then there's a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame that shouldn't be. Matt Ryan threw 381 career touchdowns. For comparison, Dan Marino threw 420. Have you seen many guys walking around in Miami wearing number 13 since?
Yes.
That's a great point.
Ooh, painful. I love it.
Well.
I'm gonna piggyback off Will because Will hit a very key point. The problem is it's not the jerseys, as we've seen with people got a problem with number 2 and number 0. Although 0 is my hero, so I'm just gonna put that out there. It's not a problem with the jerseys. It's not even a problem with Matt Ryan. You motherfuckers are scared of the Falcons doing what they should have been able to do the past 2 damn times. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all don't want to be that team that said, damn, you got beat by them. That's the problem. Because no other scandal on no other team even matters. But when we're getting traction, that's when the bullshit come up. And it's because you're scared. NFL, you hear me? You're scared. Multimedia, you're scared. Content creators, you're scared. Fan base, you're scared.
And at the end of every successful season, you're going to be reminded of how shit you are. And after the fact, you're going to be reminded of 28-3 until you win a fucking ring.
And that's where I was going next.
Right.
Y'all judge this team by one standard and one standard only, Lombardi. That's the only language that y'all want to hear. Anything else is just, I ain't good enough. Oh, you ain't got that yet. Oh, like we can put up 1,000,000 points and it'll be, well, y'all ain't got a ring. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you. Whatever team it is, I don't care. Name any 31 teams in the league. Y'all are scared to death that the Falcons going to come in there, whip y'all ass, break some records, and then, oh my gosh, please don't say that we got a possibility of going back to the Super Bowl, because I'm going to be honest. If it ain't bullshit ass coaches throwing the fucking towel in on our ass, if it ain't for mealy mouth ass players not doing their job, not contributing to helping us win the game, if it's not for these fuck ass refs coming up here with the most egregious bullshit ass calls, if it's not for these weak ass fans that's not backing this team up, we wouldn't have this. Like I said, we would win the Lombardi, and before we even touch the trophy, y'all bet you can't get two.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Y'all don't think this organization is worth shit to begin with, so you use every excuse as the reason why we can't be good. But then you complain when we don't meet your low ass expectations. Not high. You got low ass expectations. Les Brown tell you every time, some of y'all aim low and hit. And that's what y'all want this team to do. Y'all complained about pass rush for 3-4 years. We get pass rush all of a sudden now where I don't like the type of pass rush that you got.
Or we gave up a first round pick.
Right.
You gave up a first round pick. Listen, you gave up a first round pick for a year that none of us may see. Ain't none of us guaranteed to see 2026. They gave up a first round pick, but you got a good draft class. You got idiots out here with tsunami hairlines talking about, I give them a C. You need to see your hairdresser. That's what you need to see.
Instead of thinking you gave your next year's first round up, just think that you used your next year's first rounder this year.
But guess what? The ones of y'all that got a problem, y'all gonna still look at the game and y'all ain't gonna be worried about no damn 2026 first round pick if we win it. You're gonna be like, the Falcons, they had the best fucking draft class I ever seen since I've been born. You ain't gonna care shit about next year. You can't even get through this year.
Oh, it's an interesting sort of clash in the mind of a lot of Atlanta fans. They're sick of mediocrity but scared of success. Make it make sense, boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right there. That's that right there, Will.
Yeah. So basically, So basically, what you gonna see is you complain about not having the first round pick, but you see the Falcons drag they nuts on all these motherfuckers they played this year. And you see the big defensive improvement everybody is hoping to see. Now you'll understand the mission.
Right. But the only problem I have with this comment right here is this. It's a league standard. But the problem is you have small standards in between that. The only standard this team and this organization has ever been judged by since 1998 was the Lombardi. It don't matter if we get to the playoffs. It don't matter if we get to the NFC Championship. It don't matter if we get to the Super Bowl. Y'all judging this team by the Lombardi.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Man. When you play the football game, how do you reach the end zone? Getting first downs, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right. So when building the team, what do you have to do? You have to draft, right? You have to sign free agents. You have to scout. You have to do all that, right? To get to the Lombardi. See, the actual problem with this fan base is they don't give a damn about the B to the Y. They only care about the A and the Z.
Wait a minute, Sam. Are you saying that they sound like today's version of a gold digger?
Oh.
Sam, you know goddamn well ain't no such thing.
You know
She's a
damn
gold
well ain't
digger.
no such thing, no damn alphabet. You shut your damn mouth, Sam. You know ain't no such thing, no alphabet.
Hey, look. Hey, like you said. Hold on. Drew here said, am I the only one here more worried about the Panthers than the Bucks this season?
Absolutely
ain't worried about
not. Absolutely not.
No, we ain't worried about none of them.
No, Panthers
we
would
ain't
be
worried
the
about
worst.
none
I
of
mean,
them.
Bryce Tate is going to be
I think
tasty.
they sleeping
but-
on the Panthers, bro.
Yeah,
They
Bryce
sleeping
Tate's going to be tasty, but not after Jalen Walker's lit him up 3 or 4 times.
You know what, Will? And this is what they say. This is what y'all fail to realize about the Panthers out of any other team. We owe them. First of all, let me take y'all back to that painful ass last season loss. Bryce Young Bryce Young did a Steph Curry impression in the end zone. The Falcons ain't forgot about that. We're not worried about that.
That's why I said we got a pussy as a damn head coach. Because look, that motherfucker would have been missing shoelaces, cleats. Look, his helmet, something would have been missing. A towel been around his damn neck. Something. Look, I would have scratched his eyeball, scratched his toe. This man walked in his own free, and our coach did nothing.
Nope, not a drop.
That happens. We are fighting. That's it.
We fighting, Will. That's it.
I'm with you, brother.
I would have Bobby Boucher. When he threw his arms up, I'd have Bobby Boucher him right there on that line.
Oh my God, he walked into the end zone from about 10 yards away.
Yeah,
I'm double legging Bo and making him a permanent part of the field. One of the two. You ain't insulting my house. You ain't insulting my house.
Something gonna happen, Will. Something gonna happen. Look, I'm gonna hit somebody in the helmet with a water bottle or something.
Look. I'll be like.
No, whoa. No, we not gonna start this bullshit. Every time we start talking about that chiclet eating motherfucker, we start this bullshit.
No. I would say this. We'd be like, Captain Insano shows no mercy. He poked me in the eye.
Right. Listen, look. Let me tell y'all something. It would have been a quiet stadium. You'd have seen a Falcons helmet come flying out of nowhere and popped him dead on top of his head.
So that's what it feels like.
Start a fight, even if you get beat up. Start a fight. Something gonna happen.
I'm a starting
line. This man did the damn forward moonwalk from the 10-yard line to the damn end zone. And nobody did nothing, including that goddamn Grady Jerry, who always mad and say, man, it's gonna be all right, man. We just gotta get our shit together. Man, look, that's something would have happened, bro. I am not sitting there taking embarrassment. We got embarrassed by Bryce Young. This dude got benched and no one on that defense did anything.
Nope. Not a drop. So are we worried about him? No. And see, if y'all paid attention to the draft, and I know Will talked about it too, if you paid attention to the draft, all of the teams in the NFC South tried to keep pace with the Falcons. Here's what I know about the Panthers. Y'all ain't get that man enough protection. Not for no Jalen Walker, no James Pierce Jr. You didn't. Not for no Leonard Floyd. You didn't. Y'all didn't get him enough protection.
Your signing your receivers nice, but we're going to light up your QB. So how long are you going to be able to connect before we blow you up?
Thank you. Right. That's what y'all missing. Y'all not. The fact Mike has said this time and time. I'm gonna say it. Mike has said this time and time again. Y'all ain't got no protection for your quarterback. When we let them boys loose on you, hey, it's gonna go back to when he first got in the league. Cause he gonna be looking like Jay. He gonna be like Jane Daniels. Coach, why they hitting me? Where these boys come? Why they hitting me?
Who let the dogs out? That's exactly what it's gonna be.
We got
Hits from
faster.
gaps where you forgot there were gaps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, first of all, we got faster pass rushers. We got guys like Cade Nelson out in their right positions. The front, we still ain't seen what Trice and them gonna do. Like that boy he's gonna be under duress. He gonna be under duress. I'm sorry to tell you. So no, I ain't worried about him, and I damn sure ain't worried about no Bucks.
Didn't we sweep the Bucks last year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
With a Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But
And
I want to
go ahead,
I
Kev.
think we might need to go ahead and get to the main topic of the show tonight.
Go. It says since you brought it up, bro. Go ahead and open it up with it.
All right. So I want to ask everybody the panel a question here. As you see the topic of the show. And if you follow any of us on Twitter, this topic is actually blowing up on Twitter right now. Almost going 40K strong on this one. So, how do y'all feel about this statement here? Michael Penix is more Matt Ryan than Michael Vick.
No lies told.
Nope, not a pick word in that. As I said to y'all boys, look at the style of offense he ran at Washington. That's a pro style.
Mm-hmm.
How often did he really come out of that pocket? Not a patch on the amount of times you'd see Vick leave either as a Virginia Tech Hokie or as an Atlanta Falcon. But Penix has got the arm to stand in there and throw it 50 yards flat-footed. So yeah, the Matt Ryan comparison I would say is completely fair.
I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. You only get mentors when you remind a great of himself. Down to the injuries reminds Matt Ryan of himself. Penix has the personality. He has the poise. He has learned the mechanics. He's learned to read defenses. He's learned to improvise, and he don't care who he throw it to. Matt Ryan would not be mentoring this kid if he did not remind him of himself. I said that when they first put the thing out. Anybody that's ever had a mentor, somewhere along the line, that mentor says, I see me in him.
100%.
You know,
he'll run if he has to, and he's a decent athlete, but he's not going to be breaking Lamar Jackson type running numbers or even RG3 type running numbers. That's not his bread and butter. He's a pocket passer. He's an athletic pocket passer, but he's still a pocket passer.
He's a QB, not a running back with a throwing arm.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Sam. I know you want to say it.
This is. I said it a long time ago, and a lot of people thought it was just a euphemic joke. This is a bad strain out of that epidemic called Vickitis. When you get up and you hit send on an asinine, moronic statement such as this.
Hold on. Let me kind of, because I think you going a little sideways in regard what was actually said. All right, Kev, can you repeat exactly what you said?
Now, the statement is Michael Penix Jr. is more of Matt Ryan than Michael Vick.
Yes. The mere fact that Michael Vick is in the sentence is moronic.
It's not. You're absolutely wrong on this, because the thing is it's the power of the statement in itself. The statement is exactly what's being highlighted here. We got to look at the statement. The statement, okay? Not the people and the words that are in it, but the statement in its entirety. So, Kel, I want you to repeat it again.
Michael Penix is more of Matt Ryan than Michael Vick.
and I think it's valid because one of the things that we always talk about is that this is not Michael Vick. If you just look at a lot of our history as quarterbacks, we only had four now for 1 year, but we've had 4 quarterbacks in the entirety of our franchise. That's for one, Matt Ryan, Mike Vick, Chris Chandler, Kirk Cousins. I don't know why I got a brain for it, but the number one overall pick, good God. But we it's only a handful of guys in this franchise that we can say, all right, this guy was it. And despite how anyone feels about Mike Vick, he put up numbers for this franchise. Don't matter if you like it. None of that matters. It don't matter how our personal feelings. And I think that's the thing when we hear certain names, everybody get instantly Bartkowski kick out of my. I'm sorry. But we have these guys, and when we hear their names, everybody just goes straight into a shit. Like, and this is the thing with us being called Ryanites for years. Why? Because the truth didn't matter. The emotion behind however we felt about that particular quarterback in person, that matters. We totally disregarded the fact that Kirk Cousins right now, guys like Kirk Cousins, granted it's 1 year. Everybody want to say Kirk was trash. He wasn't trash. You look at the numbers, the man put up some hellified numbers. He broke a franchise record for the most passing yards in a single season. So we can't sit up here and say it was a waste of money. That's your emotions. And this is where Atlanta Falcon Nation and Unholy Alliance, this is why we are here. We're trying to get past the emotions of said quarterback, person, whomever, and start speaking the absolute truth. And sometimes the truth ain't what we want to hear. Because we don't want to hear, and we don't want to give Matt Ryan, and we don't want to give Mike Vick, and we don't want to give. Look, I got a major motherfucking problem. But you don't hear me crying 20 times a day because a lot of these fans have totally. Before there was a Julio, before there was a Roddy, there was a bad motherfucker. 81. Who ran shit in 2000, in 98, in the early 90s, mid to late. Like this dude, Terrence Mathis ran. Ain't nobody in the motherfucking fan base is putting up, oh, y'all remember Terrence Mathis game? No, ain't nobody saying nothing about that. Y'all too busy putting your fingers up Michael Vick's ass, Matt Ryan's ass, Julio Jones ass. Y'all too busy doing it. We got guys that have done great things for this organization, and y'all just threw them to the side like they was an absolute fucking joke. And then we get mad why guys like Jamal Anderson end up going crazy on fucking Twitter, on social media, because y'all as a fan, y'all don't appreciate great players in good seasons, good years. What they've done. We don't even appreciate a guy like Vic Beasley. Every time somebody bring up Vic Beasley's name, y'all go to whining and crying. And, oh my God, he was a waste of a pick. He's like the third leading sacker in his fucking franchise. But you so busy hating on him, y'all don't even notice.
Vic Beasley has the fifth most sacks in Falcons history. And he only played for this team for like six seasons.
Mm-hmm. So, like this dude is one of the most gifted pass rushers that we've had on it in this franchise.
I thought it was less than that.
Where is Alge Crumpler? Anybody know where Alge Crumpler numbers is? Because I know where the numbers are. They don't even bring his name up.
Nope, they don't.
You afterthought.
So is Duckett.
Alge Crumpler, Junior Miller. Don't nobody talk about those two guys.
It's none of that. So I ain't saying like this wasn't a. I think the thing is, it's not about pointing the finger at one particular person. It's just like the fan base in its entirety. Because whomever doesn't like whomever, that's all they focus on. Instead of just being Mike Vick, whether we like it or not, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks in our franchise history. And that's never gonna change. He's one of the most beloved outside of Prime. It ain't look, Prime is the Falcons.
Yep.
We can dislike it all. Look, it ain't Julio. When people look at that Atlanta Falcons jersey, when they look at that number 21 on every team, the first thing come out, yeah, you was a Prime fan. Yep. So it don't matter what we think. It don't matter what we think in our emotions. It should be all about the players' accolades. And at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, these guys are going to be that for us.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna give the rest of the panel their take on what they think about that topic.
My bad, y'all. Y'all know how I am about quarterback. I get very passionate.
This man gave a 5,000 word essay explanation on why you shouldn't be why you shouldn't be triggered by certain words.
Okay, he gave a whole thesis and shit.
But I'm gonna be short and to the point. I say 70-30. I say 70-30 because of the era that we're in right now and the kind of quarterback that we need. I say 70-30. What you got, Fresh? What you got, Sam?
As far as what type of quarterback Michael Penix is?
Yeah. In relation to those two, the makeup thereof. I'm saying
simply put, for me, you telling me Michael Penix is close to MVP level, or he's on that trajectory. That's how I took it.
But that's the power of the statement itself. We have to look at the statement. MVP wasn't in there, and that's this is why we're having the conversation. He never came.
Well, if you want a simple statement, then okay, Michael Penix is a quarterback and not a gimmick.
Basically,
but he's going right back to what I think. You and your feelings. This is exactly what we're talking about. The statement in itself wasn't about Michael Vick being a gimmick. The statement was he's closer to Matt Ryan than he is Mike Vick. Mm-hmm. That's the statement. That's the conversation. It's not about, all right, why don't you like this guy versus why is this guy not this or why this guy isn't. The statement in itself was he's closer to Matt Ryan. Now, with that statement,
my statement said the exact same thing.
He's closer to Mike Vick in stature, but that's it. When you're talking about play styles, they're completely different. So we're not attacking Mike Vick or trying to dispel in any way what he did for this franchise. We are saying that in terms of how this man plays by standing behind, he's closer to a Matt Ryan than a Michael Vick, who's going to probably look to run first. That's it.
Well, if you technically look at it, physically he's closer to Matt Ryan now than he is Mike Vick because of his injuries. He has to be.
Yeah, true.
He has to be. But I get what Sam is saying too. The thing is, in my opinion, he's gonna be beloved. He's gonna be beloved close to a Mike Vick, but his merit is gonna come from a Matt Ryan-esque type style of play.
There's some similarities with when you look at Penix, and I think we all know what those similarities are. And this is why we're having the conversation that we feel like at least I can. I feel like we need to look at players for what they are and not who they are compared to. Comparisons aren't fair to any player because they're their own guy. They're on their own person. Mm-hmm. If you look at them, yeah, I believe that Penix is closer to Matt Ryan than he is, and that's solely because he can get the ball out quickly. He can process information, but like Matt Ryan was a fundamental. Like you're talking about a quarterback that had the fundamentals to a T. It's not many guys fundamentally that is as good as Matt Ryan. Like Michael Penix still has a lot of fundamental flaws, especially with his footwork. But that's where the comparison with Mike Vick come in, because Michael Vick had those same fundamental flaws.
Mm-hmm.
He would throw with most of his arm, and then like you see toward the end of his career with when he was with not only Jets but with the Steelers, he didn't have that same zip because his fundamentals will, and I know you know this because you played yourself, but like when your fundamentals are gone, when you haven't you neglected your fundamentals as a young player, you get older, yeah, your body start to feel those hips, and those so you growing with all of your arm. These things happen, and I think that's the thing. When you look at Mike Penix, he's closer to Vic on that particular because his fundamentals aren't as fine as Matt Ryan, and that's why you need a guy like Tyler Yates to teach him these types of things.
Mm-hmm. No, I'd agree with that. I feel like you've also got to think about he needs a bit of a mentor, not just in terms of play style, but to adjust to the pro game. A pro style offense is just that. You're still playing faster with bigger guys all around you, and once you hit the pros, unless you're playing in the SEC or certain schools in the Big Ten. You know what I mean? Big 12.
And we want to have this. We want to have a fun. We want to have fun, but we want to have a conversation where it's not, shitting on Mike, shitting on Penix, and shitting on Matt Ryan. Just have an honest opinion about all three of those quarterbacks and their pros and their cons.
Yeah, to kind of bring it back to pro wrestling for a second. I mean, Sting is closer to the Undertaker than he is to Triple H. Does that mean we all hate Triple H? No, not at all. But that's a whole different thing. If you're talking about just what he brings to the table, he's closer to Taker. And that's what we're saying about Penix. He's closer to Matt Ryan, but you're not getting another Matt Ryan necessarily. We're just saying it in terms of how he plays the game and how he reads the game. That's where his trajectory seems to lead.
Hey,
all right, before we get, what up, Coach?
Can I say something quick on this topic? I can't.
Yeah. What you got, Coach?
So, all right. We talk about Mike Penix and Matt Ryan. Think about it. He actually has both similar to both of them. He has the arm of Michael. But he does have the processing ability of Matt Ryan. And who said he can't run? That's how he hurt his knees the first time running in Indiana. That's why his injuries happened, because he was running. He was a running quarterback before he became that passing quarterback. So he has a little bit of both. So you can't say he's here or there. He's actually do both. He just chooses to sit in that pocket more now. So, anyway, that's all I have to say, man. I'm trying to go get my eyes right. So
Take care, Coach. Take it easy.
All right, peace, y'all.
Hang in there, Coach.
Coach.
But the thing is, though, in technical terms, we got the best of both worlds in him. For this type of play, for this type of NFL, that's what we need. Because, like you said, every year teams catch up. Every year coordinators try to figure out new ways of stopping you, this, that, and the other. That's why I'm like, and as far as the NFC South goes, they got to contend with him. I don't care nothing about Baker being no veteran, because once you could, and everybody knows this, once you hurry Baker, game over. He starts throwing to everybody. He'll throw to your mama in the stands. He gonna throw to the peanut guy. He gonna throw to the valet. We don't have that problem with him. And then we don't know during his development who he's going to ultimately end up being.
Right. I mean, he could very well end up being more like Vic. To be honest, we don't know. He's just getting started.
Yeah, as we say, we speak about the draft as if it's a crapshoot, But all we're sitting doing in the panel right now is playing fantasy. Essentially, we don't know how this kid's going to pan out yet. We don't even know that he is going to pan out. We're just hoping and praying, and we think we know the intangibles well enough to where we can predict where his career is going to go. But it's all semantics. We're going to just have to wait and see, I guess.
Because the one thing and I'm gonna take this from Mike. The one thing Mike always says, when you get a quarterback like him, he has to have his dude, his wide receiver, his tight end, his running back, whatever. He has to have his guy, and that's usually gonna tell you how he does things. Like I said, we just got Nick Nash and everything like that, so we have to see in training camp who he has a good relationship with outside of all of the weapons.
But like you said, man, the reason why this I put this out here because and a lot of y'all answer this question. What are the traits of Michael Penix that everybody loves so much about him?
Oh boy.
Calmness in the pocket, the poise at an early stage.
Okay.
He's very sharp in his progression. As Mike and I have been saying all since the draft began, fundamentals. The league's returning to the point of fundamentals, and he's fundamentally sound. He's the snap on his head as he's going from receiver 1 to receiver 2 to receiver 3. He's got one of the. Obviously, it's tough to quantify, but as a viewer, he looks to have one of the faster reaction times out of maybe the last 3 or 4 draft classes worth of QBs. He reads a game very well, and he's really quite smooth in the way that he adjusts.
Right. I like the confidence in his throws too. I just hope he don't get cocky.
Well, what I like
that comes with that. That's what you want from your quarterback. Like Peyton Manning was a guy that threw a lot of interceptions. Matt Ryan threw a lot of interceptions. At times also, bad passes, I should say. But like that's the thing with quarterback. You want your quarterback to be cocky. You want them to be confident. The second that there's any type of second guessing, it's like he's not gonna perform well. So you want that cockiness. You want him to be arrogant. That's what makes quarterbacks great. That's what makes the great quarterbacks great. Tom Brady, you know where he's gonna throw. It's not a secret where he's gonna throw. He's gonna check that bitch down from that 15 all the way to the 5. That's what he's gonna do. You know where the ball's going, but he's so confident in his abilities that you can sit up here and play cover 2 and cover 3 all you want to. A man, he's still gonna get that ball in that position. So it does not matter at the end of the day what a quarterback. I'm telling you right now. And as we go back to what Warren was saying earlier about a quarterback needing their guys, this is why it's important for you to give your quarterback what he wants, because the second there's a doubt, who's the wide receiver? You go across the middle and you start thinking about that safety hitting you, what happens?
I need to know that. If I've got that ball for you, I need you to have my back. Yeah, you're going to throw me open, but I'm going to take a hit for you. So you better be in those trenches ready to go when I am.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I like Penix. 1, he gets the ball out quickly. Number 2, a decisive throw. Because of the, like Will said, a decisive throw is the difference between a completion, a hard hit and a completion, or an interception.
I like
I'll put it down to one quote. One of those mic'd up moments from the field. It's Matty Ice, and he comes up to the line. It's against Green Bay, and Green Bay. One of their DBs has learned what the audible is, and Matt Ryan calls out the audible, and you hear the DB going like that. We know what's coming, Matt. And it's the fact that Matt has the ability to just kind of show that swagger, and he looks up and goes, "Yeah, you know what's coming, but you can't fucking stop it." That's what we need.
boy.
We need someone who's going to go, okay, you think you know what we've got? Come and stop me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? He actually showed that in the game. What you just said, he showed that in that game with that throw to Drake London. They were like, "Oh yeah, we got that such and such. We know what you're gonna throw." Mike Penix said, "Okay, I'm gonna throw it again. Stop it." And he threw it right to Drake, and Drake took it.
Yep, threw it right back to him.
Back to back.
That's arrogance. That's what you were talking about, Fresh. With a quarterback, like the quarterback is one of the most unique positions because everybody know what he's gonna do, but that means you can't stop it. You knew what Michael Vick was gonna do, but look, he was gonna make a play sooner or later. You see what I'm saying? Like it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, y'all. I'm telling you. You want your quarterback to be confident. You want him to be sure about his talent. Because if he knows that he got a wide receiver that is going to put his body on the line, he's going to put that ball out there, and he's going to make sure that receiver, that tight end, that running back is going to get the ball because he knows he's going to put his life on the line for the quarterback.
Do y'all want to know one of the worst things in the world they fear about us right now? They fear the Falcons having a wide receiver that can take the top off of defense in conjunction with all the other weapons we got on the field. That is the last thing that they're worried about. And they're worried about it now because Penix isn't his vision is the whole field. It ain't one specific person that he's locked in on. He don't care who he throw it to. So now you got to worry about Pitts being a problem. You already know Bijan and Tyler going to be a problem. You got to, if whomever steps up as that wide receiver to get it to go downfield, trust what I tell you. Defenses are going to have a hard time trying to stop us. And they fear that because they know this kid can sling it, and he'll sling it at anybody that's open.
And he has huge targets to sling to. Nick Nash is 6'3", Drake's 6'4", 6'4.5", and Kyle's 6'6". That's some big targets you've got to heave that ball up to.
Easy.
Now, we've already said, what do you find good in Mike Penix? We've already seen what y'all said about Matt Ryan. Now, what are some of the qualities that was good that you saw in Mike Vick?
Almost the exact same thing. I like the fact that what Mike Vick, and I'm talking about even in the days with Atlanta, but more so with Philadelphia, he was doing the exact same things that what Michael Penix, but what made him so dangerous when he was on his game is that you had the ability to move the pocket. Defensive guys couldn't just crash on him inside the pocket. You can move him left. You can move him right with the rollouts and boots and things of that nature. So Mike Vick, with his abilities to throw the ball the way that he was able to throw the ball, like there was nothing that an offensive coordinator wouldn't call because he had that ability. He had a full range of plays with Mike Vick. You can call draws, you can call bootlegs, you can call like defensive players that they did not know what was going to come with Vick. They had no clue. But one of the things with the Atlanta Falcons at that time was Vick, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but we didn't have a lot of weapons. Let's just keep that real. We did not have a lot of good receivers. I'm here to tell y'all, Brian Freeman was our best receiver. That's a problem. Okay? We had to go out and get a guy, a peerless price, who did not fit Michael Vick because we was hoping that he would be that guy. But we did not have some good receivers with Mike Vick here. But when you saw him in Philadelphia, when he got those receivers, what happened? He looked a lot better. So there's a lot of Vic people, Vic haters out there that say, "Oh yeah, he didn't do this and that." No, he didn't. And it's largely due to the fact that he didn't, study. But it's just as important to have targets as a quarterback. Matt Ryan had Tony G. Matt Ryan had Roddy. Matt Ryan had Julio. Matt Ryan had Harry Douglas. He had all these guys. So we can't negate the fact that Mike Vick did not have a lot of weapons at receivers because he didn't. Because the only guy that we remember from that era was what? Brian Finneran and Algie Crumbler. Let's keep that 100% real. Look, I know I'm gonna receive a lot of backlash for this, but let's not sit up here and don't sit up here and say Mike Vick had a lot of weapons because he didn't.
That's not an attack on. That's not an attack on the Falcons team in the past, though. Think about it. I mean, is Steve Young a Hall of Famer, or is Joe Montana a Hall of Famer without a certain guy wearing number 80 by the name of Jerry Rice?
Right.
QB needs his receiver as much as the receiver needs his QB.
So what are some, like I said, what are some of the how would you describe Mike Vick? Anybody else want to put that?
Mike Vick was good at improvising. The way, if you watch the way he ran, the way he would juke people, the way he would, because Mike Vick was good at improvising on extending plays, which whether it was throwing the ball if he had to or running for a first down, he was always trying to extend plays. And when you're in that type of mode, you do a lot of improvising. So that's why I attributed to him, and that's what made part of his legacy so exciting. Was he would try to make up something in order to get that first down or that next yard. And that's not something that you don't see that every day, because the way he did it was very accurate. Most quarterbacks that's scrambling in the backfield, they running for their life because they trying not to get hit by a defender. Mike didn't care if you sent the whole D-line. He don't care if you sent a zero blitz on him. He would improvise some kind of way. He would shake 8-9 people to get a first down.
Yeah. Like, it seems to be a word that's thrown around the league a lot nowadays, especially when it comes to these quarterbacks in inverted commas. But Mike Vick is probably one of the first players that I would use to define the word dynamic. He would make that decision and he would just go. He had the athletic prowess to back that up, and as you say, he was like, he had the swagger to carry it, because unlike Ryan, where you think you know where he's going, with Vic you had no idea, because he could at a dime just go like, "Nah, I'm not going that way. I'm going to just turn around and head off here, and if you can't catch me, that's your bad luck." So that's what I loved about Mike Vick. He was, as I say, if you go back and if you ever play Madden 2004 again, or if you've got an emulator, play Madden 2004 and use Michael Vick on a scramble, and then get back to me.
Yeah, Madden 04 was the reason why I never played with the Falcons.
It
was too easy. But the reason why, like I said, by all these answers and stuff, now here comes the last part of this question, because I know that y'all noticed what I just did there, right? So Fresh. So by hearing all these qualities of Michael Penix, Matt Ryan, and Mike Vick, the question now is, do you believe Michael Penix is more Matt Ryan than Mike Vick?
That was on the little two.
What about you, Juan?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I believe he is more Matt Ryan than Mike Vick because he's playing from the mind versus ability.
Because the thing is, the reason I asked this question is because this question actually is getting a bunch of responses right now as this show is going on. This is what Mike was talking about as far as people looking at certain words and they start to. There's a lot of trigger words in that statement in itself.
Yes.
So when I say Michael Penix is more Matt Ryan than Mike Vick, the main responses that I'm getting is that he is a combination of both. These are the main responses I'm getting. If you look at that statement, that's already a given.
Yes.
But the problem is, people are looking at that statement and saying that Michael Penix does not have no characteristics of Mike Vick, which is not what the statement is saying. The question, the statement is saying that Michael Penix's tendencies and qualities mirror more of Matt Ryan than Mike Vick. We're talking about quarterback wise. We're not talking about the aesthetics of style. We're talking about quarterback wise. And what it is that people get, like you said, a lot of people base their answers on the part that says more Matt Ryan than those four words, those 4 words right there. More Matt Ryan than. And they're assuming that I'm saying that Michael Penix, that I'm saying that Michael Penix does not share some type of qualities of Mike Vick.
You're always gonna have somebody you're always gonna have somebody that loves one more than the other, and they're gonna purposely make it a either or instead of both.
Right.
That's the problem. Like the thing that we're trying to convey to everybody is doesn't matter who you like. The young man is a combination of both, which is a good thing for the Falcons because at times when he needs to be that running back, at times when he needs to be the extra weapon on the field, he can do that. At times when he needs to be that arm talent where it's pissing everybody off because they can't stop the pass, we need that. The problem is we've been complaining about balance on his team, and you have a quarterback that basically exudes balance. So everything else along the team will flow off of that.
Exactly.
And again, as we've been... Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, it harkens back to what we were saying earlier. That's not a slight on any guy, but how you quantify Mike Vick depends hugely on what stage of Mike Vick's career you're talking about. Are you speaking about an Atlanta Mike Vick where he's had to use his legs, where he's had to get out of the pocket because he's no one to throw to? Or are you speaking about Philly Mike Vick where he's got a scheme in place and he's got those targets? So I think if you want to find a sort of happy medium because of how his understanding of the position evolved once he got himself some receivers, I don't want to say it if I had like 100%, but if I had to pick an archetype, I'd say he's closer to Philly Michael Vick than he possibly even is to Matt Ryan. But that's just my 2 cents.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I said, we're talking about both of these guys, and it really just depends on the type of what part of his game that he is. But if you're talking about his running ability, his athletics is concerned, he's closer to Vic than he is Matt Ryan. And if you look at if you're looking at him being able to throw, He's more he's more Matt Ryan than he is Vic. But if you put all of those together, this is what Will's saying. He's more the Philly Mike Vick than he is to Matt Ryan. So it really just depends on which aspect of the game that you're looking at. And that's why I said the power of that statement. We got to look at the statement in itself. So y'all say y'all be looking for y'all know what we be doing, but I don't think y'all really do, because if you did, a lot of these comments wouldn't be the way it is. A lot of these reactions to the comments wouldn't be the way they are.
And into the bargain, there's as we've been saying all night, there's entirely too much of this. What would be the best word? The rage bait. They want to get us angry. They want to get us arguing about the past. About the quarterback from 20 years ago was better than the QB from 10 years ago. I do not give a fuck. They're both legends, but we've got a new QB now. Let's see what he can do. You know what I mean? Like love and respect to the legends, but this is a different time, a different Falcons team.
Yeah, they served their purpose. What one quarterback did in the era to get the Falcons to where they were was just a lesson for the next quarterback to learn and build on. That's it.
That's what I'm saying to the fans as well. Learn your history. Go back and read those histories of the franchises. Get to know these players, because that's what's built. That's what's built the team. Like go back to all the way back to 1965 and look at these boys that have played in the red and black.
Oh yes.
I mean, think about it. We have a defense that revolutionized the NFL, but didn't get credit for it.
Oh, they still don't.
No. Yeah, not even just the defense, offense in itself.
Yeah, we was running this spread offense in the 80s. We were running spread offense in the 80s because of Mr. June Jones.
That's why I said
yeah, we was doing this. That's why we brought in.
As I say, kids, if you're going to come for the boys on the panel or the girls on the panel, do some reading for. Do your homework.
We had running back. We had bigger running backs. We had smaller running backs. We drafted guys. We draft wide receivers who was both running back and wide receivers in college. Like we had Debo Samuel back in the 80s, bro. Sam know who I'm talking about. We had guys that were runners and wide receivers. We were doing this in the 80s. Just go look at the June Jones, Atlanta Falcons, right along with Deion Sanders. We were doing all of these things in the 70s and 80s.
Georgia Texas boy. Georgia Texas boy made a good point that I didn't even. I damn sure always keep forgetting. He was an understudy. Yeah, Michael Penix also learned under Warren Moon. I keep forgetting about that.
Yep.
But that's what great quarterbacks do. That's the makeup of great quarterbacks. You got to think about it. When I heard Matt Ryan was mentoring him, and then he comes in and he learns under people like Warren Moon. Come on, that I hate to say it, but that's the same track that Shedeur is on. He's got greats in his back pocket helping him become a great. He's going to become a great. You just got to give him time. However, whichever way he comes out being a great, that's him. But the main thing is this team needed balance for the longest time. You got it. You got it from the main man all the way down. Let it play out.
If you're using an eye test of 3 games and a quarter, it's easy to surmise that his poise and decision making makes him stand out from anybody else that he was in the draft class he was drafted in.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
But you got anything else to say on it? If not, you go ahead and start closing it out.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, like I said, man, at the end of the day, this team is only gonna go as far as Junebug is being able to take them. So through the good games and the bad games, we just have to go through this process with him.
And
See,
no
I think
dogs along the way.
exactly. Yeah. As long as we don't have a bunch of Homer Simpson moments, we're good. But but at the end of the day, I think a lot of people are now kind of more appreciative of Penix, not just because of the aesthetics of what people think of him reminding folks of Mike Vick. But I think people now understood or took for granted what Matt Ryan was to this franchise, and they saw the previous 3 years that we didn't have a Matt Ryan, and how everything went to shit with the 6 quarterbacks that have started for the Falcons in the last 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, think about it. We just repeated. Remember what I said maybe about 8 months ago? We're going to repeat the same cycle until we do right by what we got right now. We did that in '98. We had a team that almost got there in '98 until they didn't. And then what happened? There was some turmoil up until the point where Vic played, and then you had what? After Vic got hurt, then you had the inception of Matt Ryan right there. And once Matt Ryan was gone, you had that same cycle repeat itself. Now we got Junebug. Here's the deal. You done been through it twice already. Make this time count. If the man, like I said, if the man needs some help with a weapon, get him a weapon. If the man needs a defense to get him the ball back, get him a defense so he get the ball back. Because now we shouldn't be going into any Super Bowl going forward with the same mistakes made.
So this is just one of those cases where you always have to appreciate what you have, and don't wait till it's gone to realize that you had something there. Now it's Junebug's time. And there's a lot of great things that can happen. But what? We're on the wait and see on it. So, fellas, we're gonna let you go ahead and get your final takes out of here. Then we're gonna get up on out of here, man. So, Will, go ahead and kick us off, man. What's the final thing you want to say?
I know we're ready to go.
I would start by just thanking you all again for having me, boys. For everyone down in the chat, just keep smashing the like button, the subscribe button, support your boys, the Tactician, 6Man K, Mad Mike, Mr. White, Fresh, support the Ladybirds. Just show us all some love. We're on X, we're on Twitter, we're taking over the world, man. We're one little show at a time. Plus, as I've been saying for a little while now, we're putting the international show in place for the mornings. So just keep it tuned. And in the meantime, as I say, Mike Vick had his window, we couldn't cash in. Matt Ryan had his window, we couldn't cash in. That window's opening again, boys. What we do with it's up to us.
Absolutely.
Third time's a charm.
That's it. And Will, man, I want to thank you personally for hopping on. You know what I'm saying? It's the first time you was on the show. Although I know me and K Styles did a crossover, so like I said, you're more than welcome to come on ATL Sports In-Game on Fridays if you got time. But look, people, like, share, and subscribe to everybody in the family. Will, Mike, K Styles, Fresh. You know what I'm saying? OG, Mr. White. Like, we literally are bringing y'all stuff from every angle. And it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get better. You can hit me up at Mr. Tactician 78 on YouTube. You got 6Man K Live on YouTube, Mad Mike Sports, Mr. White Network, and Fresh. Hit him up on, Twitch, Twitter. Look, we do this. We do this for y'all. Sam, what you got?
It's Friday. Eyes tired, boss.
Get the fuck out of here. He is blind from that motherfucker not finna go to sleep.
Hey, you tell that lazy jigaboo.
I'm tired of this damn whip cracking ass Mongo big eyed fool over here keep to bothering me.
Yeah, you better go to damn sleep. Damn, man, you just left my eyes alone, goddamn it.
Fresh, what you got?
Your ass can see Pluto, can't you?
That really hurt my feelings, Samuel. You should have left my eyes alone, damn it. I'm sensitive about my eyes.
Oh, what you got, bro?
Yeah. Make sure y'all hit them like buttons, comments, subscribe, man, to everybody here, man. Everybody puts in hard work getting this content out to y'all, man. Get these algorithms going. I'll be on Coach's show tomorrow morning, so I'll be popping up over there, you dig? And make sure you get over to that Fresh Football Talk. That's where you'll get my takes. And it's your boy Fresh. I'm dropping wrestling videos throughout the week, you dig?
Hey man, what? Hey, look, what Royal Rumble match you got going up? Got you coming up this time on the 2K? What matchup you got coming up?
Today we what dropped today? Let me see. Come on. We dropped it was the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. WCW NWO Legacy Championship title match.
See.
Oh, that's classic.
The lineup was Kane, Andre the Giant, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, the heavy. Oh, bro. Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's a lot of man meat in the ring on that one. So.
Yeah, that's better name that the super heavyweight title. That's a whole lot of good.
that's the Great Wall fighting itself.
Exactly.
We had a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the 87 title, and that was Andre the Giant, Kane, Undertaker, and the Big Show.
Oh man!
What? No King Kong Bundy? No Big John Stud?
They ain't on the game.
Oh man, bro.
Some of the guys ain't on the game, and if you go and try to like download likeness guys, they don't play the same as the guys you know. Like I try to get a better version of a Ric Flair. Trash. They did my guy wrong. They did my boy wrong.
Damn. All right, Mike, what you got? What's your final take, man?
I'm gonna go cry in the corner because Sam talked about my eyes.
Right in the corner.
Yeah.
Right in the corner.
That was very mean.
So, like I said, man, on behalf of the tactician, behalf of your boy 6MK and the rest of the family, we appreciate y'all. Like I said, y'all definitely continue to support everybody. And my final word is the Atlanta Falcons are trying to get to the Yams. We need the Yams.
Yeah.
Also. Lakers in.
So, Kev, I want to take us out on the ceremonial. I'm gonna start it off. You back me up. You ready?
Go ahead.
No.
We ain't here to play.
Oh no.
We here to stay.
Oh hell yeah.
You ain't gotta go home.
Dig it good.
But you can get the fuck on so I can get me some sleep.
There you go.
Much love, boy.
Later.
All right, deuces, y'all.
Deuces.